Hello friends, welcome to my channel Xnana. Today I'll be telling you what are the top 5 IDEs for Python in the market. So basically what is an IDE? IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. It is nothing but a SAP software package that will help you to develop and test your code, right? So whatever you write, you wanted to see it in an output. So how does it look before you perform the action? So these IDEs will help you to achieve that, right? So let me take you to the top 5 IDEs one by one. Right. The first one in the list is IDLE. So this comes with a Python package itself. So if you have installed Python 2.x or 3.x, so this IDLE comes within that. It's developed purely in Python with the usage of tkinter GUI toolkit. So if you are aware of Python's coding language, if you have heard of Python, so tkinter is one of the module used predominantly in the market to develop a GUI. It has smart indentation, we can do undo, and we have Python coloring as well. So it has a strong functionality of debugging and with global view and local spaces. So I would say it's pretty good in the market, right? And the main thing is it's an open source and it's free of cost. The next one in the list is Notepad++. I'm pretty sure you must have worked on Notepad and Notepad++. If not Notepad++, at least Notepad in your school days. So it's written in C++ and it is super fast. And it can support multiple text codings. PyDev. PyDev, it's one of the pretty cool IDEs, I would say. So it does give us the auto completion and the code coverage features. So if we have to compare with IDE and Notepad, so this doesn't give you the auto completion feature. So whereas the PyDev gives the very good features, and the GUI looks pretty good, pretty decent, pretty good. It's in a tree structure, and you would feel like you're writing something which is good for you, right? The next one in the list is the Spider. Spider is a fantastic tool, I would say. It's a product from Anaconda. So you need to install Anaconda to have Spider in your system. So it has syntax highlighting, auto code completion feature, and this can edit variables from the GUI itself. So what do you mean by that? So if you have declared any variable, the variables will be sitting in a table in Spider on the right hand side of your pane. So this gives you a comfort to edit the variables on the fly instead of going to the code, looking for the variable and then changing it, right? And we have code development, console, and variables in one view. That's pretty fantastic. So I would say this is my one of the favorite, I would say, because this is a place on the left hand side where I have space to code, and on the right hand side, right top, I have the variables which I have declared. If you're using Python pandas, if you want to see the data frame, you can see the data frame here, and to the right bottom you will see the console. So you have everything in one view. You need not walk around here and there to look for console window and for declaring the variables. Okay, the next one in my list is PyCharm. So PyCharm is one of the top IDEs used in Python. So the reason being it's integrated code editor, it's a smart navigation, and it has a feature of debugging, testing, profiling, and developments. So this does give you the autocomplete. The autocomplete feature in PyCharm is fantastic. I've used Spider, I've used PyCharm both. Spider does give you few functionality of autocomplete, but not to the extensive level as PyCharm. PyCharm is fantastic, and PyCharm supports to Python web development, frameworks, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, blah blah blah. Right? So this is a fantastic tool, and the community version of PyCharm comes for free, whereas the professional version comes for like around $200 per user. Okay, let's put all together in one shot. So I have Notepad++, ideally, and Python, Spider, and PyCharm. So what is the cost? So cost for all of these products is free except PyCharm, because PyCharm professional version would cost you $200 per user. Cross-platform development, like say you're working on Python, you're working on JavaScript, AngularJS, Node.js, etc. So in those cases, if you have to program it, then the best option would be like Spider and PyCharm. Although I would say Notepad does support to some extent, but I would say no because it doesn't give you the autocomplete and some of the features which other IDEs are giving. Slowness or performance issue. So what happens if you install these IDEs, right? So Notepad++ ideally and PyDev does not harm your system at all. So this is pretty good, pretty light software. Spider to some extent it will slow down, and PyCharm is a bomb. So if you have installed PyCharm and if your computer configuration is very low, then I would suggest you to either upgrade your system or not to go for PyCharm, right? What are the inbuilt modules? So like what inbuilt modules like NumPy, OS, Time, so these modules will be available in Spider and PyCharm. For rest of the things you have to install on your own. So this comes under the nomination categories, I would say. So what are the other codes or editors, code editors or IDEs we have? We have Sublime Text, Wing, Atom, Eric Python, and Rodeo. So these are the other code editors or ideally. I would not say all of them are like IDE, but these are like code editors through which you can write the code, and to run it you need to use command prompt or another console program. So what is my recommendation? So I would recommend to install these IDs based on your usage or based on your requirement. So if your objective is only to learn about Python, then I would say go with Notepad++. Since it does not give you the autocomplete feature or auto correction, this will help you to learn by making mistakes. And if you're a programmer, if you are programming day in day out, I would definitely ask you to go for PyCharm or Spider since it's a fantastic tool to work on. And as I said, if you need autocomplete with programming, PyCharm is the best thing compared to Spider. And if you have a very lesser configuration system, let's say you have like 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM, I would say 4 GB is pretty good. But if you have 2 GB RAM and if you want to learn Python or your operations are pretty restricted, then go for Notepad++ or ideally which comes with Python package. And if you want to develop using cross platform development, so you have to go for a PyCharm or a Spider to achieve your result much faster, right? So the ball is in your court, so you decide which IDE you want to install and put me those in my comment section below. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.